Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Thursday. It's probably about noontime up here, and I came up into the city and gonna walk around a little bit and tell you a little story, and we'll see what's going on. I'm gonna try to show you a couple places to eat. There's one restaurant, a foreigner restaurant over here that I've been trying to get into for a long time, and I just haven't had a chance to go there. But I'm gonna try to get in there today. And then there's a noodle place that I'm gonna show you as well that is always packed out. But we're up here, we're just north of the Irish pub, and right across the street is La Casita, and they have really good Mexican food there. I've ate there a couple times, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I did a video, but I'm going to get on the other side of the street here, and we'll walk down this way. It's got nachos, it's got all kinds of stuff here. The food's really good. It's a nice day out today. A little warm, but nice breeze going. And one of the things that I'm going to tell you if you come into to Thailand is bring sunscreen with you. And bring some good strong sunscreen, because the sun it's really a lot brighter than what you're used to back home. And number one, you can get burned, and the other thing is, you have to worry about skin cancer. And I just went to the skin doctor yesterday. I go every year, and she checks me out, and one time she did find carcinoma on my nose, and had it taken off. But yesterday she just sprayed a few spots and sent me on my merry way. But it's something to be aware of, and I always wear a hat when I'm out, so it's kind of funny that you get it, because I got it right on, the pre-cancer spots are on the top of my head, and that stuff stings, boy, when they spray it on you. But anyway, the story I'm going to tell you about today, I read it this morning. I'd never seen it before. Maybe we'll get back on this side. And it happened back in 2000, actually started in 2010, but came to a head in 2012. And I was living here then, but I don't remember hearing anything about it. But this British guy is 59 years old. He retired from the UK, and the story is unclear whether he meets her on the internet and comes here, or he comes here and then meets her on the internet. But he meets this lady on the internet, and she's 29, so there's like a 30-year difference. And she lives in the northeast part of Thailand, kind of we call Isan, which is kind of notorious. But anyway, he meets her, and he doesn't have a formal wedding with her. He has just what they call a Buddhist wedding, where the monks come and they say a bunch of stuff, and they eat a bunch of food, and you pay a bunch of money, and you never register the marriage, but technically, it's considered a marriage, but it's not a registered marriage. I got some bread here the other day. It was really, really good. There's a good coffee place right down there on the right. But they had a Buddhist marriage, and they had been living together probably for about a year or so, and his friends that he drank with called him the Wounded Buffalo. They kind of nicknamed him Wounded Buffalo, because he was just so naive and gullible. And they said that one time she came in the bar and she actually slapped him, knocked him around a little bit, and called the police on him a few times, and he just kept going back for more. Well, apparently at some point in time they break up, but shortly thereafter he's back with her again. And his friends say the next thing you know, and this was around August of 2012, he's He's with her, and he's registering the marriage at the local amphitheater, which makes it legal. Hello. He's a real colorful guy. Which makes it legal, which makes her entitled to own pretty much about half of anything that he's got in Thailand once they register it like that. Well, they say 2 days later, he's at a lawyer's office with her, and apparently he owns a house back in the UK, and he has 220 pounds of some type. I think it's something. I think it's life insurance. They call it a deposit that's movable or something like that. They don't actually call it a life insurance policy, but that's what from reading it, that's kind of what I thought it was. And he signs that over to her, and then the house that he has in the UK that his 81-year-old mother lives in, he signs that over to her. In other words, signs it over so when when he dies and his mother dies, she gets the house. And I mean, this beats all I've ever seen. I've never read of anybody getting tagged that hard before. But like I said, they nicknamed this guy the Wounded Buffalo, so apparently he was pretty naive as to how things were. But he does it, and then about 2 weeks later, he's on his motorbike, and he's riding a motorbike back to his house. I always love to look at this place. It's so old, no telling what it used to be. If anybody in the channel knows what it used to be, let me know. It's really a neat old place. Right here, right across from Zoe and Yellow. But I think what we'll do, we'll walk through this little alley. No, yeah, we'll walk through the alley here and come around the front side. But he's on his motorcycle and runs up on 3 guys, and they shoot him in each one of his legs, and then they shoot him in the stomach, and then finish him off, one in the head. And kind of makes it look like an execution style killing. And the police, they come out and they get involved in it and start an investigation. And in the meantime, his wife, she calls his mother in. Wow, they get something. This is new. Happy New Year 2066. Don't tell me they're getting ready for a new. Huh. Let's see. We just walk around a little quick, see what this is. I haven't seen this before. But she calls his 81-year-old mother in the UK, trying to get money from her, and wants her to come over for the funeral. And it's really, kind of pressing her to come to Thailand. So anyway, sorry about that. The sound went off on the microphone, so I'm going to add this in as we go along. But what the police did, the police went to the house and did a search of the house. And they found a burner phone in her house, the wife's house, and they tracked it back, to the locations where she had topped off the phone, and it showed it was her topping off the phone, and they had tracked that particular phone to calling these 3 guys, and it turns out she she had withdrawn money from his account. He had a bank account that had probably about 12, I think it was about 12,000 pounds in it. And it was left down to about like 300 pounds or whatever. But she had used that money to hire these guys to kill him. And, they pulled them up and basically, they confessed as like they usually do. But the funny thing was when they started contacting the family, and they figured out that she had called the mother, they basically figured out that she was going to have the mother killed too. And she would thinking that she would get the house. In retrospect, if there was a will made in Thailand, it wouldn't be valid on any of the property or anything like that in the UK. In the same way, if you have a will in the United States that mentions property here in Thailand, it's the will isn't valid here. So she was pretty much out of luck. But it just goes to show that these guys get so involved and just kind of crazy, like I mean, it's to sign his mother's house over, sign his what I suspect to be life insurance over. It's really bad. But these guys do it. They come here all the time. They get off the plane every 30 seconds as far as I know. But this guy paid the price. He paid with his life. The funny thing about it is when you read these articles, and I'm going to link the articles that I read, I'm going to put them in the description so you can see, what the what the actual stories are, and you can read them. They'll be in the description below. But he paid with his life, and it's sad that happens. But a lot of guys, they go into these situations blindsided, and they don't have any idea of what's going on, and next thing they end up dead. I've always said that the worst thing that can happen is you make yourself more valuable dead than when you're alive. And it's sad, but this is what basically what's happened to him. Now we walked down there last week. Now over to the right is Annie's restaurant, and that's where we're going to eat. I've been trying to come to this place for a couple different times, and each time I come, either they're closed or I can't find a place to park or whatever. But we're gonna come back here and have something to eat. And basically, I'm doing this. I'm overdubbing this after the actual walk. I did eat there. The food was excellent. The service was really good. It's a place that I'll go back and eat again. And I'll show in the end of the video. I'll show you the food in the my little thing there. Now, this is a lady that I just walked by, and he is actually looks like a recycler. And it's kind of funny. The other day I was dropping a friend of mine off in a really, really exclusive Mubon here in Chiang Mai, and we passed this house, and he points out to me, he says, that's an American guy that lives there. He built a beautiful house, single story, but it had a garage and kind of a circular driveway, big house and stuff. But then you go right next door, and there's a recycler that is recycling parts for cars and all kinds of different stuff. Now on the right here, this is Wat Humong Meditation Center inside the moat. This is a really, really nice temple. If you come down, and you can get down to it and walk around through it, it's very, very peaceful and tranquil. You can walk around the back. I've done videos here before, so I'm not really going to walk through it in some of the other videos that I've done. But it's a really, really nice temple to walk through. I'll tell you what, it's difficult doing these things, talking on these things after you've, after you do it. It's easier for me to talk while I'm walking, but apparently what happened was the transmitter I mounted the transmitter on top of the camera, and apparently it got hot, because at the end of this video, the camera actually shuts down. Now down to the right here, if you walk down to the end of that street and you turn to the right, and then the road will make another left. There's a little cafe called Shoe Cafe, and they have excellent desserts. They have pasta. They make a killer ham and cheese sandwich, and I did a video down there as well. Really, really nice people, and you need to check on the internet, find out I think they're closed maybe on Thursdays. I'm not really sure, but it's a really nice place. And here we're going to meet Jack. Jack's Travels. Killing me that I don't have sound here because it's really interesting. He's telling me about going over to Burma with his girlfriend, and he said he had a wonderful time. Now he has a YouTube channel, and I'm going to link the description to his channel up in the left-hand corner so y'all can visit his channel. He's a nice guy. I've run into him several times out here on the street. Just a really nice guy. Got a great channel too. But, I'm really sad that I don't have any sound on this, but now I know what's happening now. I'll fix it so it doesn't happen again. But now we're walking towards the road that the Sunday night market is on, and we'll get down there. And there's a noodle place there that I want to show you. It's called Blue Noodle, and every time I go by there, it's just packed with people. They actually have a line, and I asked Lek about it. Lek says that we've ate there. I don't remember eating there, but she says they sell beef and pork noodle there, and she says it's really good, but like I said, I haven't had it. Now, this is Box Burger Box, and they have excellent hamburgers. He's also got a place over on the other side of the Iron Bridge that I did a video there as well. You cross over the Iron Bridge, turn to the right, and you'll see Rimping on the left-hand side. You go down that street. He's about 100 yards down on the left-hand side. Back in there, makes an excellent hamburger, really good. He used to have a truck. He started out in a truck, and then he moved to the place over by the Iron Bridge, and then he's built another place over here, which, like I said, the burgers are excellent. The meat, it tastes good. It's just really good burger. But anyway, we're going to cross the street up here. Not many people out today. There wasn't a lot of traffic. Not a lot of people moving around. And when we get down here to this little area, you'll see that there's not that many people out walking around. Cross here and use the crosswalk so we don't get our butts run over. I hate this when this happens, because when I get talking, I need to talk in a roll, but doing it afterwards is really awkward for me. But I hate, I don't want to have to scratch the video, so we're going to try it this way. I've never done this before, so I don't know how it's going to work out. But I miss that we don't hear the street sounds and the noises. And, the different, when I run into people and things. But up here is Blue Noodle. And like I said, sometimes I'll come by here and there'll be lines, out to the street, people waiting to get seated here. And like I said, Lex says we've ate here, but I don't remember. I know we've ate at the ramen noodle on the other side of this place, but I don't ever remember having noodle here. But usually there's a big line there waiting. And they've got great parking here right behind the place. It's one of the only places that actually has a parking lot where you can get in and park. We're going to walk around the back side and then come through the front. And a lot of little shops here. This is the back side of the ramen noodle place too. And then over on the left, as we turn the corner here, and a bunch of people getting a massage. I could skip all this and just go to the meaty stuff, but we'll just let the video be a walking video anyway. And as I turn, I meet some guys from Malaysia too. They were really funny. Yeah, there's a massage place over on the left. Like I said, not very many people, not a lot of tourists out walking around. Yeah, noodle place is right over on the right, Ramon Noodles. I think it's the middle shop there. It's Japanese noodles. Then, yep, sure enough, we make a left here, and these guys here. You'll see these guys on the right. They all wanted to get on YouTube. Terrible, we don't have any sound. Yeah, there we go. A group from about 7 of them, all from Malaysia. Nice guys. It wasn't their first trip to Thailand either. They'd said they'd been here before. And, said I need to come to Malaysia and see their country, which I've never been there. I've never been down to Malaysia. And then we walk back out here and then down the street, and maybe the sound's going to come back here in a minute. I don't know. I don't think so. Nope, nope, nope. Guy there looking directions on his phone there. You can see there's not much traffic out for, this is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Not a lot of traffic here. And we will walk back down this way and go to Annie's and get some food. But this temple to the right, I don't remember ever walking through here. I may have. I'm not really sure if I have or not. These girls just pedaling away on the bicycles. That's one of the easier ways to get around the moat is by bicycle. And a day like today, there's not a lot of traffic, so you can enjoy yourself on a bicycle. And like I said, I used to come up all the time. I'd ride up almost every day, and from Hang Dong and ride through the moat, and then turn around and come back. And it was about, by the time I got back, it usually be about 50 kilometers. And I was nice and trim back then. It was something I could get some exercise. Now here's another recycler here, and this guy had a whole cart full of stuff. You got to feel sorry for these people. That's how they make their living. See, I don't know what else happens on this video. I'll probably stop it right here, and then I'll go to, we'll go to the restaurant and get something to eat. I ordered bangers and mash, and looked pretty good in the picture. We'll see how it is when it gets here. Thank you. Wow. Well, that was some really good food. And now we're going to head back to the car, back to the house, and I'll start working on getting this video up to you. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.